Today is the day.
We are here in Dania Beach at a place called Tiger Tail Lake.
Yeah.
Which is part of Broward College. And we're actually right next door to Bass Pro Shops. They're like over that way somewhere.
So I can run in there.
They have all these cool things here, like a whole aqua course with like the blob, you know, the thing where you jump on it and someone flies up in the air, and rope courses. Look at this over here. It reminds me of when I was in the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
It's a rope challenge, and you would climb up there and you have to do these ropes all the way across. So they have all these things here, and one of the things they have here is you can come here and go canoeing and stuff in the lake. On the other side of the lake, there's a dog park, which we've taken Tabitha to. That's been awesome. In a vlog. And we're going to do our open water scuba stuff. So he was back and forth with me. Do you want to go, or is just Rachel going to go? Because I don't need it. And I'm like, you know what? It's good for me because I have not ever dove with a computer. Right. All of my diving was figuring out tables and stuff. So it'll be nice. But I'm like, I think Rachel's going to be more comfortable if I go in the water with her. The cool thing is,
don't leave me.
The visibility here is not the ocean. Like, if you do good here, where you're probably going to have a 5 to maybe 10 foot visibility, but it's not super sunny out, so probably closer to 5. When you get out into the ocean and you have like a long visibility,
it's going to feel magical.
You're going to feel amazing. This is the visibility that like I had when I learned to dive in New York. Like, not very good, but we're excited. Rachel's going to do well. She's going to do all her skills. And then tomorrow, we're going on a boat dive. We're going to some of the South Florida reefs because there's lots of reefs here.
Okay, I am hoping that this will help somebody so that this is not for nothing, right? Like, I want this mess to be a message. But sometimes, especially when you start out on a journey of health or something that you're excited about doing, like keto, like you're like, I'm all in it. It's January 1st week. I'm going strong. Well, I'm starting Scuba, and I was going strong.
You did great yesterday.
Yesterday, we had our first dive. I felt really good about it. I love our instructor so much. I felt very successful. After the dive, we went back to the dive shop to get some more book knowledge.
We learned about how to mix nitrox. Because we're going to dive nitrox because nitrox helps prevent the bends.
Right.
And
which I'm all about.
And it allows you to stay down longer depending on the depth you're going to. But yeah, so we learned how to mix nitrox.
So that was interesting. And the whole time, I can't hear out of this ear. It's all like plugged up. But I'm thinking, okay, I'm a Florida girl. It's going to like uncork soon.
Rachel had a little bit of problems equalizing at first, but then she overcame it.
But I mean, it was challenging and it hurt a little bit. But I'm like, okay, eventually we're going to be fine. Last night, it was not fine. It was very painful. It's still plugged up today. We've been doing what we can to try to like get the water out.
It's getting better.
It's getting better, but it's still pretty bubbly in there, which means I can't go on the dive today.
We don't want to take a risk of her not being able to equalize, because if you can't equalize, then you can create an issue.
Right.
So
frustrating though.
We're supposed to be going out on the boat, and we actually have to leave in like 5 minutes. So we're supposed to be meeting Hugh at the boat at 7 a.m. and Rachel is not gonna be able to go, which is a real bummer.
It is. It really sucks. So like, does this mean that I'm tapping out for good? No, I'm going to.
We're going to wait till your ear feels better.
I'm going to see this through, but Joe may have to get more ahead of me on this and me have to go, you know, back around the horn again. So just because you have a setback even early on, maybe you're in your first week of keto and you're like, okay, I got a bump in the road, something that I did not plan to happen. Maybe you don't even just feel good. Maybe you're like me and you just don't feel good right now because keto flu or, you know, you're just, things have not gone as planned. Don't give up. Don't let that be the reason that you tap out forever. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy
Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos, and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twoCrazyKetos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time Joe gets a haircut, you'll be alerted to it.
We're going to live life beyond the couch today.
We are.
You're probably going to want this.
I probably will, because we're going to go to the beach.
We're going to do some beach diving today.
Yes.
And hopefully get dinner. I don't know. I've never been beach diving anywhere in Fort Lauderdale, and I've never been beach diving to this particular place. We're going to go to Lauderhill by the Sea, which is supposed to be some of the best beach diving in Florida.
Wow.
And you can park right along the street there. It's a quick 5-minute swim out.
I like that.
About 300 yards off the beach, there is a beautiful reef, and you're only going to be sitting in 10 to 15 feet of water.
Yay!
Now, if we swim out another 30 minutes, which my goal is for us to eventually get the course on how to use the e-scooters.
Okay.
You know, the little bzz underwater.
The little things from a science fiction movie?
Yes. They're
Okay.
not super expensive, and then you could literally hit the next reef out, which is normally about a 30-minute swim out, but you'd have a little scooter to take you out.
A cheat sheet?
But we're going to start you off on a 10 to 15-foot dive.
Yes, let's.
We're going to enjoy that. Hopefully, we're going to get some lionfish, and maybe we'll even get some lobster. We'll see how it goes.
It's lobster season, though.
It is lobster season until the end of March.
Okay.
So we're excited. We're going to see how things go. If nothing else, we're going to enjoy the fact that we live just 10 minutes from the ocean.
That is the goal.
And it's a little chilly out this morning. It's in the 60s, but it's supposed to get up into the high 70s, low 80s later on. But the water temperature is not lower. The water temperature is somewhere around 78 degrees.
And with all the gear on, once we get all the gear on, outside of the water, you're kind of hot.
Yeah.
Inside of the water, I'm hoping we'll be comfortable.
You probably don't need to wear your wetsuit. You could probably just wear your skin. But if you want to be nice and toasty in the water,
yes.
You can go ahead and wear your wetsuit.
Because something that Hugh, our dive instructor, has been really drilling into us is the fact that if you're cold,
you're not going to have fun.
You're not going to have fun.
Yeah. So one of the things is we have 3.5 millimeter wetsuits, which is more than enough for pretty much year round in Florida. During the summer, it's probably way too much.
But we're kind of wimpy.
But I can tell you the other day when I was diving, I was super comfortable in the ocean at like 50 feet of water. Next week, when I'm dropping down to 120 feet, may get a little cold. I don't know. But it still won't be nearly what it was when I grew up in New York.
I am so excited to just see what you bring back from that trip.
Well, we went to the ocean, and then we forgot to turn on the camera, and we went home.
Great job, guys. But we did actually go into the ocean, which I'm super proud of. The goal for today was to get me off the shoreline.
Yeah.
This was the furthest out that I have ever been.
We were way out.
You know, I have a little bit of a fear of if I see something I don't like, will I have enough time to quickly swim to the shore and get out of the water? So we're far out. I can't do that. So I thought, well, that's a super victory. Then the next victory was, will I actually turn my mask down toward the water? Because the other thing that I tend to do is, and this was true in my lab work before keto as well, if I don't see it, it's not happening, right? So the fact that I was in the water and present, and we saw some beautiful things.
We had a great time. Going out it wasn't too bad. It took about 10 minutes to swim out. Right as we got in the water, the wind started whipping up from the east a little bit. So I think we got out there just in time because as we were coming in, it was getting rougher.
I threw up 4 times coming in because I get very seasick.
Swimming on the top. We should have just stayed down below.
Yeah.
But I was starting to run low on air because I was just going at it. And we had such a good time. I snared a lobster.
He actually caught a lobster.
And I know it was legal, but I went to measure him because you have to measure him with a gauge, and I lost my gauge. Somehow my gauge untied from my BCD So we had to let him go.
Because we ain't risking it.
Because I'm not risking the fine for not having
it's like
a gauge.
It's like a $500 ticket.
So then after that, we finished everything up. We went in. It's nice because we were literally able to park right there. The entire reef runs the whole length of Lauderdale by the Sea, and it's sitting in 10 to 15 feet of water.
It's perfect
so
for
it's
somebody like
perfect
me.
for Rachel. It's great for just snorkelers. All of the different ocean life we was there was amazing. We saw stingrays,
baby sea turtles,
lots of giant angelfish. The only thing we didn't see, which is what we were looking for, was we did not come across a lionfish.
But I feel hopeful that that's going to be a good fishing grounds for us moving forward. Like the next time we got another tool so that we can measure the lobsters.
And it's like actually ringed on now. It's got like a car ring on. It's not untying.
We ain't taking no chances. So that's something that like I can continue to have experiences building my confidence, and you actually get to explore it as a hunter and like maybe catch us some dinner.
And it's free because we've already got our gear, we've got our tanks, we've got like free tank refills. All we had to do was pay for the parking, so we don't have to pay the $90 per person to go out on a boat. So that was really nice. Yeah, we got there at like 7:30 in the morning. We parked literally in the first spot going to the beach. So that was really good.
I think we'll move down a couple of hotels because now we've seen where is a really good spot on the reef, and we want to spend more time there instead of time swimming to there. So we'll change our parking spot a little bit, but like getting up early is in my wheelhouse. Like I get up at 5 o'clock anyway, so it's perfect. Early bird catches the lobster.
Okay, so the other day we bought this brisket. We bought 2 briskets, and I'm gonna turn this into carnivore chips. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna trim it up because I'm gonna take all of this fat and I'm going to use it to make tallow. I can also save it for sausage. So first thing I'm gonna do is sharp knife. I'm just gonna cut off like all of this kind of stuff. I don't need this to be super pretty because I'm just going to be slicing it up. So this isn't like a brisket or anything, but I do want to separate it just because this will be good practice for me separating it. I'm not the greatest when it comes to separating the point from the flat, and I'm trying to get better at it. So first thing I'm going to do is cut all of this stuff off, try to get into that fat seam. I'm going to come down this edge like this. It's a little bit harder when I'm trying to do it on camera because I would normally do it on this side so I can see it, but I want you guys to see what I'm doing. But just try to save all this down. And again, like this stuff here, I will put this into my scrap meat bag. Again, I am going to save all of this fat. Like I'm not gonna let any of this go to waste. We're gonna come in and try to get some of this fat off of the flat here. Now this seam here is what actually separates the flat from the point. So we're just gonna kind of cut along it. And again, I don't need to be perfect. I'm just kind of practicing right now. That one actually came out pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that one. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and take some more of this fat off. I wanna leave a little bit of fat for the carnivore chips, but not all of it. And I think what I wanna do is I'm gonna use mostly the flat for the carnivore chips. We may try a little bit of point to see how it comes out. Does it give you a different part? But after that, I'm gonna probably take this point, go ahead and throw it in the smoker and make like some burnt ends. Okay, we're actually gonna take this and I'm going to coat it in some of the Redmond's organic garlic pepper. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator and we're gonna cook this up tomorrow. Now, as far as this fat, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna cut it into small pieces so that I can render it down. If there's any pieces that have a lot of meat like that, I'm gonna put them off to the side and put them in a different bag, and then that gets put into the scrap meat bag. So pretty much the ones that have very, very little meat on it, that, like this, that's gonna go into my tallow bag. Now we'll just take these, Get ready to close them up, and we're gonna go ahead and vacuum seal them. So put them right into the JVR. Power on. Settings, we're gonna go to my P0, it's my normal 30-second. And the last thing you gotta do is label them. So make sure you label it, otherwise you have no idea what you have. So we're gonna label this one scrap beef, and then this one we're just gonna write that for tallow. Put that on there. Now we can store these in the freezer. Some hogfish as well as a whole bunch of lionfish. And lionfish is actually an invasive species, and they encourage you to go ahead and kill them and eat them. Really good eating fish. But unfortunately, I did not have a spear gun with me while we were out. So when I was telling Rachel about it, she of course was like, now I want fish. So we stopped at a local fish market and got a fresh hogfish. So we're going to go ahead and fillet this up, and we're going to eat this for dinner. Rachel's getting the little scraps.
All the little cheeks and little areas.
You should have seen her face. I wish I had the camera rolling when I handed her the head.
I would love to say that I was just like, oh my gosh, no, I can't eat that because it has a face. And then I was like, no, I'm eating around it. Like the smell of it, it's really got a nice smell. And it is a very mild fish.
So I just took the head and put it on the smoker because then you can like pull apart the pieces. But we didn't do like a full video because it's been a while since I filleted.
Yeah.
Anyway, here you go.
Thank
so
you.
We've got some hogfish.
Is this surf and turf? Because chicken live on the land?
Yeah, and then some of our carnivore chicken nuggets in the hogfish, a little bit of avocado oil, and then I put some like Parmesan crumbs, and then some of this lemon butter Chef Chamois to finish it off in the oven.
Chef Chamois is amazing. The garlic butter is really good. This lemon butter. There's another cheese one that they have. I want to say it's like a purple
French onion one or
French onion is really good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones.
So how's the fish?
It's really good. It is delicious. I love fish, especially ones that aren't like super fishy. Does that make sense? But this is mild, right?
Do I look different? Because I am different. Before, when you were seeing me before this very moment, I was not a certified open water scuba diver, but now I am!
You did so good.
I can't believe it happened. I can't believe it. You know, the teacher is everything. The teacher is absolutely everything. I have a teacher.
He was so patient with you.
Willing to be patient, willing to wait, even though I am not.
Overcome your fears.
I am not at the same pace as Joe. And let me tell you, I even did something that I never thought that I would be able to do. And that is I swam through the sunken fuselage of a plane that had been like sunk under the water. I had this big hang up with the fact that I didn't want to be in an enclosed space underwater. Like that was a big, huge fear for me, along with all these other fears that we're traversing. But he leveraged the fact that I swim literally up his butthole. Like I am so close to that man. We could wear the same wetsuit. That's how close that I am staying to the instructor. So he basically was like, you don't have to swim through this thing. I can meet you on the other side of it. But I'm swimming through this thing. So if you want to stay at the nearness that you are to me, then you need to swim through it with me. And let me tell you, I was not willing to let that man out of my sight for a single second. So, yep, I swam through it. So I think that getting the right teacher can make all of the difference in the world. It's not like the information on how to scuba dive is different for me and Joe. It's the same information. Oxygen and being underwater works the same way. But he made it approachable for me as an individual, and that is what made getting the scuba certification possible.
So Rachel is so excited.
I was so excited
that she did her open water. It was super calm out on the beach today. So we immediately went back to the dive shop. Hugh gave us a couple of tanks and we went back out to the beach and Rachel went diving.
For an hour underwater.
You did so good.
What was the most hilarious thing is as soon as I descend, there's a nurse shark right there. As soon as I descend. But I had already swam all the way out there and I carried all the gear from the parking lot and I literally was like, no, I am not getting out, okay? Like, I see that you're here, but I'm gonna swim anyway. So instead of me being scared, I was just like, no, I belong here and I'm gonna do this right now. So then we just saw all kinds of like super fun stuff like angelfish and parrotfish. We did see a lobster.
We tried to snag him, but he went deeper in his hole.
He was not coming out of his hidey hole, but we saw pufferfish and I mean, just we're actually swimming through a school of jack.
Yep.
So it was totally worth braving, if that's what you call it, because we saw a lot of cool stuff today.
We had a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to film training sessions.
Yeah.
So I didn't bring cameras with me to the lake for Rachel to finish her certification because, like, we can't train it. And then when we were there, we were waiting for you.
Sorry, I'm thirsty.
And I looked on the cameras because there's cameras on the beach. Like, there's a place called the Windjammer Hotel, and you can look right on their website, and you can see a live shot of the ocean. And I'm like, it is perfectly flat. So when she was done, I'm like, up for going a beach dive. But now we didn't have a camera. Like, I actually put a camera, I found one in the car, I put it in the pocket of my BC, and then when I took it out underwater, because I'm like, Rachel's underwater, I'm gonna film this, battery's dead. That's my fault, but it's not your last time.
It's not my last time, and it's certainly not your last time. In fact, you're gonna be diving.
Hopefully the Lady Lock.
Like diving around a wreck.
Yeah.
So you better charge your batteries tonight because everybody wants to see it, including me.
Our meals are turning into surf and turf. You see this happening, right? The more we scuba, the more we're like, you know what? I'd like to eat something I just saw.
I'd love to say we caught the shrimp, but we didn't catch the shrimp.
Well, we caught them at the grocery store in a package that was handed to us from the seafood counter.
So we were on our way home. We stopped at a seafood place because Rachel's like, if we didn't get seafood, I want seafood.
Look at the size of the shrimp.
But seafood is so expensive. And the shrimp were on sale. These are wild caught shrimp. And they were $9 a pound. So we're like, you know what? We're going to get just over a pound of shrimp.
Right.
And then we had stopped at Walmart, and I had this urge for wings. And then I looked online, like I was like, maybe I'll order Buffalo Wild Wings, and 30 wings was $48.
What?
And I'm like,
They're smoking
no.
something.
I guess we're going to have like hamburgers and stuff when we get home. And then when we were in Walmart, they had wings on sale, like they were on special, right? Like $3 off a package. And we ended up with 30 wings for $10.
I'm pretty impressed.
So I threw them in the air fryer. And then we have two kinds of sauces. We've got this G. Hughes Thai chili sauce. And then we have the G. Hughes Caribbean jerk, which I love these two. I also like the mango habanero, but Rachel was having them, and it's a little bit spicier for her. And again, not the cleanest, but cleaner than even Buffalo Wild Wings. If you're okay with sucralose, these to me are really good.
Really nice.
And I like them. We only use a couple of tablespoons to do all of our wings. And then I thought that we had the Primal Kitchen cocktail sauce. We must have used it all. So I was like, oh, what do we have? And I look, and the boys have this. Like, this is going to go in the garbage. Publix cocktail sauce. Ready for this?
Yeah.
1/4 of a cup. So, like, more than this.
Right.
13 total carbohydrates, including 9 grams of added sugar.
Wow, that is insane.
Added sugar. So here we have a couple of tablespoons of, this is the Primal Kitchen spicy ketchup. So
which tastes like cocktail sauce to me.
you're kind of close to cocktail sauce in my opinion. Now they have a cocktail sauce, we just didn't have any. Ready for this? 1 tablespoon, 10 calories, 2 total carbohydrates.
Hello, I like that math a lot better.
And the ingredients in this are organic tomato concentrate, organic balsamic vinegar, organic white wine vinegar, organic grape mist, then less than 2% of salt, organic jalapeno powder, organic spices, organic onion powder, organic garlic powder. That's it. That's all that's in it. So
Good stuff.
if you like need cocktail sauce and you can't find the Primal Kitchen, this spicy is really good.
And we saw it again in Walmart. So I was actually very pleasantly surprised to see that they don't just have it in Sprouts. They have it in Walmart.
I'm exhausted from this day.
It was a long day, and I've largely run on adrenaline, if I'm honest.
Well, here's the thing. Water, at least for me, I don't know, let us know down in the comment section.
Makes
Does
me
this
tired.
apply for you as well? Like, when I go on the water for a day, like, I'm exhausted. It's just like, it's like theme park tired.
My legs are noodles because we did use those flippers a lot.
Yeah.
Your legs are working hard, both in the lake and then in the ocean.
How do you feel? Like, you are a certified scuba diver.
I feel super accomplished. And I think it's funny. I was reminded of like different people who have gone to colleges, and maybe like a lot of people go the 4-year plan, but like you could go the 8-year plan or the 12-year plan. It doesn't indicate on your diploma how long did it take you to accomplish this.
Right.
It's just finishing.
Right.
Finishing is the thing. It doesn't matter that it took me 2.0 to do keto, right? That the first time didn't work enough for me and I had to like extend my journey
Right.
by a whole keto journey. And so for this, it didn't matter that it took me a year to do this, and most people do this in like a very short amount of time.
Now,
I did
in
it.
your defense, with the taking a year, that was just because
We're celebrating with this.
we never
This
had...
is a celebration.
We never had time to do the online portion. Like,
Right.
the actual, like, show up and do the pool. I mean, we started it in December, and you're finishing it, you know, in January, the second week of January, and you had to get delayed by a week because of the holidays. Then you got delayed another week because, like, the weather was horrible and we couldn't go out on the beach. And then when you finally got into the open water, you hurt your ear. So, like, give yourself a little bit of grace.
I have grace, but I'll be honest, I put off doing the book stuff because it would put off doing the swim stuff.
Okay.
You know, and I think that that will speak to somebody in their keto journey. You know how, like, you're that person that as soon as I research this enough and, like, totally fully understand everything, then I can move forward. And you get into, like, analysis paralysis. That was kind of me. I was like, I was pushing pause on like, well, we'll go into the water after we finish the online course. So if I never finish the online course, then I never have to actually get in the water. Do you see my plan? That was my plan.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Look at this.
Not only am I proud of you because you finished your open water, you got certified, but then an hour after you got certified, we ran over to the store. We picked up some more tanks because Undersea Sports was kind enough to let us just take a couple tanks of air, didn't even charge us for it.
Right.
Went out to the beach. You spent an hour underwater. You landed on a nurse shark, and did not freak out.
So here's the thing. And again, this is going to speak to somebody's keto journey. You finally get out there. You're going to use the stuff. You're like, I'm ready to go. My only hang up is I hope I don't have this obstacle, whatever that obstacle may be. I hope I don't run into this. My hope was, I hope I don't run into a shark. First fish I saw as I descended, nurse shark. It, like, guaranteed.
Now, a nurse shark is just a giant catfish.
So just decide, though, that, like, nothing's going to stop me. And by the time I saw that nurse shark, even though I did not want to see a shark, I just did not want to see anything called a shark. I don't care if it was a great white or if it's a nurse shark. I wanted to see none of that. But I had put that out as, like, that's a reason to quit. There is no reason to quit.
Right.
There is no reason to quit. We need to move forward. By the time I actually saw that thing, I was like, yo, I've done a lot of swimming and I got my behind out here and this has been a year of schooling. And you know what? I don't care if you don't want me here. You either deal with me being here or you swim away because I'm not swimming away.
Best part was watching you swim through the fish and trying to pet them as they would just come right up to your mask and be like, hi. Hi, Rachel.
Underwater, fish do not run from you like they do when you are standing on a dock looking down at them and they just kind of run.
No hook in your hand.
No hook in your hand, no cast net, so no dip net. And so it's funny, it's like you're equals. It's like I'm just a bigger floating fish. That's it.
So Thursday, I actually have a deep water dive. So Rachel's taking her time to get on the boat. She does get a little seasick, but you know what? Baby steps. And here's the thing. We're okay with that because probably 90% of our dives are going to be from the beach anyway. You know why? It's free.
Yeah.
It's free. We live in Fort Lauderdale. There are so many beach dive places. You can swim between 100 to 300 yards off the shore and be on a reef. And that's free. So eventually she'll get on a boat. I love boat dives. I've done boat dives before. I'm like working on getting some like higher level certifications and things like that.
Launch this thing and stabbed
and
you.
It's going to be really good. I need to log like 50 to 75 dives this year. That's my goal. And so if I can do a whole bunch of beach dives with you, you'll get out on a boat eventually. I think the goal is boat dive by the cruise or something like that, but we're going to see how it goes.
Should we explain dinner?
That's all you have to do. Take baby steps. Take baby steps with keto. So we're going to have a little bit of dinner. We actually just finished filming this recipe video, which by the time you see this vlog is going to be out.
It's so fun.
It's a super simple recipe video. It's basically cheeseburger rollers. You ever go to the store, like the gas station, you see those cheeseburger rollers on the hot dog roller? That's what we made. We made cheeseburger roller kebabs. I'll leave a link for that up here. And depending on when you see this, we are giving away one of the kebab makers.
Yeah.
And the giveaway will still be going on when this video releases. So details are in the other videos, and you may still have an opportunity to win that.
And this thing is delicious. I mean, it's delicious on its own, but I think after a long day of swimming, it tastes even more delicious.
If you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at our most recent video that I'm going to put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time I get certified in something, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.